Today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by Jennifer C. at HomeLifeCultureLink.com, Nino Simeka at MortgageGodfather.ca, and Jewelry Forever at JewelryForever.ca. Enjoy the show.
Broadcasting live from Glenmore Record Studios in Toronto, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, your Sunday morning talk show with interesting guests, live musical performances, and the most fun you can fit in your coffee cup. Hosted by Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Welcome to episode 74? I think it's 74. Could be. Episode 74 of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. And I am your host, the one, the only, Scott Dion Brown, joined, as always, by the one and only co-host, the best co-host in the galaxy, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only,
Regine Alaina. Happy Sunday and happy Easter, everyone. And you too,
yes.
Scott.
Yes, I meant to say that, and that's right. Happy Easter, everybody. It's Easter Sunday. That's
It's
right.
crazy. It's crazy because I feel like I just got back from the Philippines and you just got back from Guyana, and then all of a sudden it's Easter.
But it's actually been has it been a month? It's almost been a month, right?
Yeah.
It's weird.
I feel like it's been 3 weeks, almost a month.
Yeah, the time seems to be, I don't know. I feel like this quarantine stuff just started, but it's been going on for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm starting to get, I'm kind of used to it now. I've pretty much adjusted.
Me, not so much, but what I am trying to do differently is actually start to work out more, work out at home, especially because, the Galaxy International pageant is still coming up. So trying to keep busy and getting ready for that.
That's cool. Oh, Venom7456. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the show. Welcome to our episode here of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. And we're just having this Easter. It's our Easter Sunday special, apparently.
Hey.
Yeah. Did you do anything for? Have you done anything for Easter? Are you doing anything?
I'm probably gonna FaceTime or video chat with my family a little bit later on today.
Cool. Yeah, we did that last night. We had a Zoom meeting, and
nice.
it was pretty fun actually. All the aunts and my parents and cousins and everybody came on, and we had a nice chat for a couple hours at least, maybe even more.
Nice.
But it was pretty fun. Although you know what the problem was, I haven't really drank any alcohol since this quarantine started. I guess because we're not going out or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in fact I had for I guess would be 3 or 4 weeks now. All I've had is one beer in that entire time, and But last night I was like, well, it's Easter, maybe I'll make myself a drink. So I made myself an old fashioned, and I kept as we were chatting, I kind of was just topping it up. I had the bottle there and I was just topping it up. So I drank quite a bit of whiskey.
How are you feeling this morning?
I mean, so I'm almost over it, but there was a time period, especially last night, where I was feeling really, really rough.
This is why you're so quiet.
Yeah, it hit me like a ton of bricks.
Oh boy. I hope our guests can wake you up then.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, it was nice. Shall we bring our guest in?
I would think so. I hope so.
Yeah, let's do it. Our you want to introduce our guest?
No, go ahead.
All right. Well, our guest today is he's a personal trainer. He's a TV host. He's a radio host, and he's worked with a lot of high-profile clients. And
me being one of them.
You being one of them. That's true, including the Miss Galaxy.
Yeah.
And well, I think we should meet him. He's the one and only Wayne Buffboy Williams.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, good morning.
Glad to
Good
be
morning.
here.
Yeah, how
Are
are
you in
you?
your gym?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good. Are you in your gym, Wayne?
I am at home in quarantine, but it's a home gym, so this is not too bad, man. I am very lucky and blessed to have this.
You have more
Awesome.
equipment than I do, so it's fine.
So how have you found
Man.
the adjustment? How you found the adjustment to all this isolation and quarantine stuff?
Dude, it was hard at first, man. Honestly, it was really hard because I'm used to interacting with people, high-fiving, and but now it's all about social distancing and staying away from people, and you still have to be able to train people, but like do it from a distance. And I'm not used to that. I'm a up close and like contact hugs, like that's me.
Yeah.
But it's been kind of tough, man. Well, we're making it work, so.
Yeah, that's what I found. It's well, it's been going now, I guess, over 3 weeks, and it was really weird at first, but I'm just used to it now. I mean, I go outside. Now I think everybody around me seems to be used to it too. It's like I'm walking down the sidewalk, and the people you see the other person coming, and we both instinctively move away or cross. Like it's kind of this weird thing. Everybody just knows what to do now. It's interesting.
Yeah, so weird. It's like a new game of cooties.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Circle, circle, dot, dot. Now I got my COVID shot. It's like
Yeah,
so
exactly.
weird.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so what are some things you guys have had to do to what are the things that you do now that you weren't doing before? I mean, I know there are lots, but are there any weird things that you're like, yeah, this is what I always do now?
Yeah, I spend a lot of my time in my basement as opposed to a gym, which is pretty weird. And I've been able to contact a lot more people. I've been able to train a lot more people than I usually would. I know it's strange, but it's this pandemic has actually been a blessing in terms of business, because my business has increased, believe it or not.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like everyone wants to work out at home now. Well, I feel like that's what we're all doing. I know I am, or I'm starting to.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that you have that clientele building.
Definitely. Because before it would be like a one-on-one kind of thing, where you'd have to sit down with a client and consult with them, get to know who they are, but now it's been fast-tracked so that like anybody can really come onto a call like this and like start training with me, you know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool. It's been a blessing. It's unfortunate, but it's been good in some ways.
That's true.
Makes sense.
So Buffboy, where did Buffboy come from?
Buffboy. Oh boy. Okay. Buffboy is a nickname given to me by my cousin who was a trainer.
Okay.
He's the one that like introduced me to fitness, and he's the one that got me into shape. And unfortunately, he passed away in 2011. And when he passed away, I decided to start a company in honor of the nickname that he gave me.
Oh.
See,
So it's like sentimental. It's not about me being like this buff guy, and it's not about that. So it's just a sentimental thing.
that's
Got
cool.
it. I
There's a
never
way for
knew
it-
that.
That's cool. It's a way to honor him,
It was,
type thing.
Yeah, because like he was actually pretty ripped. He was like 0% body fat and like pretty ripped, and he called me Buffboy. So it kind of gave me like the confidence to say, okay, you know what? Let me start to like get in shape and live up to the name. So that's how it came about.
I see.
Cool.
Because when you were younger, right, you weren't always into fitness. This is something that you kind of got into a little bit later on.
Oh hell no! I was not into fitness at all. Like, nah, I was like the anti-fitness guy. I was like on the couch, Nintendo'd up, then Super Nintendo came around, and then like Sega Genesis, and then TurboGrafx, all that stuff. So I was like into games and not into fitness at all. I was asthmatic as well, so like I'd always use that as an excuse to not work out. So so I was always just like chilling. So it's ironic that I'm a fitness personality now. It's weird.
What got you into fitness then? Was it the Wii or?
Actually, I'm a little bit older than the Wii.
Oh, sorry.
But no, but no, it was just the encouragement from my cousin and me quitting the job that I really hated doing. That kind of pushed me into that direction.
I see. Cool. So then you started. So once you got into fitness, so when you started getting into fitness, how did you go from, getting yourself in shape and getting yourself fit to, this is something that I can teach other people as well?
Yeah, it was a weird transformation and weird transition into it. I was a janitor at a Toronto hospital, and I used to take out garbage and mop floors and clean toilets and all that stuff.
That's not fun.
Yeah, it was dirty work, but it was an honest living.
Of course, yeah, definitely.
I wasn't really feeling it. And just one day I was like cleaning a toilet, and I seen my reflection in the water. And then I just had an epiphany where I just said, you know what? I like fitness. I don't like this stuff that I see.
Yeah, I don't like this stuff.
You can't pay me enough to do this, man, for a living, man. So I just I took a leap of faith and I quit. And as I quit, I had no plan B. I had no backup. I kind of like jumped into like what I wanted to do. So I went to George Brown.
Hey.
That's where she went to. I went to George Brown, and then I learned how to do personal training. I did a course there, and I was also like learning how to interact with people and build a clientele base and things like that. And then from there, I didn't get any clients though. Ironically, I had just a couple. And then I had to move out of my house and move into my parents' place because there was not enough of this. Especially when you're starting a company. Like nobody tells you that it's going to be super hard in the beginning. Like you get like the end results. You get like the glamour and glitz after.
Yeah.
But nobody tells you that you're going to be starving and like, eating pasta and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
What's wrong with that? No,
I mean, I like those because I got really good at making that.
There you go.
In the beginning, but in the beginning, man, it was like really hard. When you call up the bank just to see how much money you have in your bank account, and then it says you have minus $100.
Oh no.
Available balance is $0. That was a wake up call. Say, okay, man, I need to start hustling because I gotta like survive and eat. So it was on my couch, on my parents' couch, and I was watching CP24, and I saw Mayor Rob Ford at the time doing a cut the waste challenge with his brother Doug.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, okay.
Right? So I was sitting on the couch, and this is like a little testimony. Sitting on the couch, and I was watching them. I was like, you know what? If I could train these guys to get in shape, man, I'll have it made. I could build up my name. But I didn't know anybody that knows them. I didn't know how to contact them. I didn't know like how do you start to train a mayor? I don't know.
You knock on his door. Right? I didn't even know. So what I did was I was reading this book called The Secret, and in The Secret
it teaches you about the law of attraction, how you can attract the kind of lifestyle that you want, and the people that you need in your life to get the lifestyle that you ultimately want to live.
Yeah.
So I started like starting to believe that I can train Rob Ford. I'm gonna believe it, but it didn't come right away. It didn't happen. I wasn't, it didn't just happen just like that. What I did do was I trained this girl named Ellie, and she lost 80 pounds.
80?
80. Yeah, 80. So she lost. And turns out that she was working with Rob Ford at the time. I didn't know that though. I had no idea.
Liar.
And then I had no clue because she told me she worked downtown. So I was like, okay. But so she worked with Rob Ford. She gave him my business card, and then I got a call 3 months later from Rob Ford.
Wow.
He was like, "Is this Wayne Williams?" I'm like, "Yes." Speaking. He's like, "This is Mayor Rob Ford. How you doing?" I was like, "What?"
Wow,
Could
that's so cool.
not believe. So I met with him. He gave me a $10,000 check, put it in my pocket, and that's what I used to get my company started.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and so that's the transition. Like, go from sleeping on your parents' couch to training the mayor of the city. So then other opportunities came. Like, I was working for CP24 because of it.
Sweet.
Not working for CP24, just as a guest, because we had this summer-long thing called the Summer Shape Up, and with the Summer Shape Up, I would bring on special guests, like Carl Wolf and Santino from UP, and so it was pretty cool, man. So I brought on a special guest every week, and then that's how things started to progress, and then your name gets out there and get on Twitter, and then you do the MMVAs, and then you get calls from celebrities and stuff like that. So it was just a snowball. It happened very fast. Very fast, man. Thanks.
That's amazing. Yeah. So
who is your?
Oh yeah, we're gonna say Regine.
I was gonna say, who is your favorite person that you've worked with?
My favorite person that I've worked with? Man. I would say Santino. Santino Marella from WWE.
I was playing myself this whole time, but whatever. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and you too.
Whatever.
It's you, of course. He's number one. But yeah, there's been a lot of different, and I've been fortunate to meet people like yourself. Because it's if it wasn't for that opportunity, that just jumping off of cleaning floors to jumping into personal training, I would have never met. So I'm grateful. I'm really grateful for that opportunity. And then plus I seen her on stage. She does her thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
It's not WWE, but I mean, okay.
Yeah, well, you're just as nice. You know what I'm saying? I excited. So yes, yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Who would have thought that you saw what you wanted and you made it happen? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's not easy though. I ain't gonna lie and say, hey man, you can do it if you really put your mind to it, but you really can.
Yeah.
But it's just really, really hard in the beginning. Really hard.
Yep.
Because at times you want to stop and say, okay, forget this. Let me go work at Walmart. Not that there's anything wrong with Walmart, but
nope. I love Walmart.
Right? Walmart's cool, but if you're just starting out your company, it's not going to be a bed of roses. But I always say this. I always say it's difficult, but not impossible. It's difficult, but not impossible. You can do anything that you really want, but it will be difficult, but it's not impossible.
Exactly.
Okay? I just wanted to drill that in your head.
You did. You have multiple times.
Yeah, and like when I was training with Regine, I always say that to her. I gave her like the 3 slaps and like, yeah, man, you did good. You know what I'm saying? Like every time she'd accomplish like a new goal, and then she'd get like into push-ups and like start like dropping body fat, and it was pretty amazing. I'm very
Snapping
proud.
bands. That's what I do.
Yeah, kind of my thing. But yeah, cool.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
So now we should get into. I mean, so you said you've been doing a lot of training now, I guess over the internet now because of what's been happening. Why don't I ask you what are some things that I guess people who maybe are watching, what can they do if they, maybe they are used to working out, going to the gym and that sort of thing. What are some adjustments that they can make or things that they can do at home?
Absolutely. Well, the first thing that you got to do is adjust the way you eat. You got to adjust the way you eat, because you can work out all day if you want, but if you're eating sloppy, then it ain't going to do no good, right?
Oh, man.
I know. So the thing that I like to encourage people to do is to get a healthy mix of like veggies and fruits and whole grains. Because if you're eating bad before COVID and the quarantine, then chances are you'd be eating bad during, right? So if you make that switch, it's going to be gradual, but you just have to incorporate more veggies, more fruits, and more whole grains into your diet. And these, and also if you put like more stored canned foods, like if you buy more of those, it could be stored for a long time, right? So if you're in quarantine, then and you can't run out to the store whenever you want, then you have your supply of healthy foods. So that's one thing that you can do, right? Like, and just to prepare ahead and don't hoard like your groceries. Like you don't have to go crazy with toilet paper. I don't know why the toilet paper is it's not the cure. It's not the cure.
Yeah, it's weird.
Have you guys experienced that? Like, you go to the store and you see like toilet paper missing. Like, what's up?
Yeah, every time there's no toilet paper, there's no paper towel, there's nothing.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like
I don't
the
understand
one
it
thing,
at all.
Like I understand hand sanitizer, I understand soap, I understand Lysol wipes, but toilet paper?
Toilet paper. Not even vitamins to help your immune system.
Yeah. I don't know I don't understand how toilet paper became the thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't know why. For me, that like I've said this before on the show actually, but I'm like, for me, toilet paper would be like the bottom of the list of things that I must get if I'm gonna be at home for a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
That's true, man. Charmin is caking right now, man. Cottonelle making lots of money.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Yeah. And everybody needs it.
There you go.
Like that. You need food more. And and speaking of foods, you also have to choose heart healthy proteins.
What is that?
Healthy proteins. Heart healthy are like more lean meats. If you eat meat, like I don't eat meat, but like if you eat meat, more lean, like chicken, fish, and not so much red meats. If you're gonna have red meats, have it only one serving a week. Trust me, it'll help you in the long run.
Cool. Actually, I was gonna ask about that because you said you don't eat meat at all. You're a vegetarian?
He's vegan.
Oh, vegan.
Yeah, vegan.
Well, because I just watched there's this documentary on Netflix called Game Changers.
Oh gosh.
And I watched
Game
it a little
Changers,
well, I watched it a little while ago, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be vegetarian now. In fact, I haven't eaten any meat in a couple weeks now since watching that, and I was just I was gonna ask you about that because I saw it, and it's interesting to see that you're also a vegan, because I'm seeing a lot of in that documentary you see a lot of pro athletes, a lot of celebrities, a lot of like the strongest man in the world apparently he's a vegan. So it's interesting stuff.
Yeah, it is, because like a lot of people think that if you're a vegan, you're just gonna, just eat grass. Like it's not, eating your front lawn. There's a lot of
It's not.
no.
I'm
There's
kidding.
a lot of
Okay.
like nuts, seeds, like chickpeas, things that you can even make to taste like meat. You know, that are actually non-inflammatory, that can help your body to metabolize it. Sorry, and
Sure.
get rid of it faster, right? As opposed to having like meat and feeling sluggish and like, you know. So yeah, that's why I go with the plant-based options.
Awesome. Yeah, because I know a lot of people think that you need to eat meat to get the protein from meat, but apparently what this documentary was saying is that the protein you get from animals, that's just the protein that the animals got from eating the plants. So you're better off just eating the plants that they were eating. So
That's right. So we're like mammals, just like them, right? So
yeah,
if they can get the protein from the plants, why can't we? And we can. And you know what? The number one thing too is a lot of people ask me is like, well, you know, where do you get your protein from? And aren't you going to be protein deficient? Like, do I look like I'm protein deficient, chick?
Just a
You know
little.
what I'm saying?
Just a little.
Yeah, I got that mass, you know, like I ain't lose nothing, man. Shoot, man.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm stronger now than before.
Well, I
I
saw
can-
your before and after pictures from when you were non-vegan
Right.
to when you became vegan, and it's night and day.
Night and day. Like, I can bench press a lot now, a lot more than I could before, which is amazing. Before my bench press was max 250. Now I can bench press 312 pounds, which is superb. And I had some help from some guys that were at the gym. Shout out to my boy Jason. I know he's watching. And he's helped me to get my bench press up. So yeah, man, you can do it.
awesome. Oh, in the chat we have Cowboy G watching on D Live. Hello. He says you need the fat from meat, but I think actually I don't think that's actually true, right? Because there are other places you can get fats from, right?
Because the fat that's from meat is a different type of fat. There's saturated fat and there's unsaturated fat. There's trans fats in meat as well, right? So if you're eating meat and you're trying to get the fat from it, dude, long term your heart will suffer from that. Believe me.
Yeah.
You can get healthier fats from like avocados. You feel me?
Yeah. In fact, hang on. Romina Dasig in the chat says hello.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
And also
Magandang umaga.
and also Cowboy G says you will never win the strongman without meat. Sorry. Well, Cowboy G, honestly, look up if you have Netflix, go on Netflix and watch Game Changers, because the world's strongest man, who won the strongman, he has the Guinness World Record for the most lift. He's vegan. So I mean, everything you're saying, I was pretty sure of that until I watched that documentary. I don't know.
My mom has seen that documentary, so Mom, chime in.
Yeah. Watch it, but yeah, the strongest man in the world is a vegan, Cowboy G, which blew my mind when I saw that. But it was very interesting to witness. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to really tell anybody.
Too is that like you'll never, like people say you'll never win the strongman. Like, is that your goal? I'm not trying to be the strongest person on earth. Like, I'm just trying to, be me, man, and live longer.
Yep. But the point
and
is,
be healthy.
The point is, even if you're trying to be the strongest man on earth, you can do that with a vegan diet. So, there you go.
I mean,
Absolutely.
Buffboy's pretty buff and strong.
There you go.
And he's vegan.
Yeah, he's pretty strong, you know. Elephants are strong too. They don't eat meat. You know, gorillas are pretty strong. Rhinoceroses. Shall I go on?
No, you get it.
Yeah. Romina says, I watched Game Changer. My brother made me do it. And did she give up meat? Did she give up meat, Regine, or no?
No. But I do know that because we watched it in the Philippines, and my uncle is vegetarian. I think they're transitioning into vegan. So she did eat more tofu and more of the foods that they were eating rather than the meat option. So I ate it too.
There you go. Oh, in the chat, ciao, Extenio, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining the show. Cowboy G says, look at long-term vegan eaters. Are they healthy? I've never seen one. Well, there's one on the show right now. Wayne, there you go.
Wayne is a long time vegan.
Buff is, yeah, he's a long time.
We should show them.
I mean, like long term, I'm in my but you know. Like,
we should show them Abby if they want to see what.
Yep. Yeah, you know what I'll say.
I mean, my 102-year-old grandmother. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
Well, there you go.
You know, like there are long-term vegans.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I will say there's definitely like Cowboy G, to your point. I think there's a way to do it wrong, right? Like you still need to know what you should eat, even if you're choosing a vegan diet, right? Like it's the same thing if you're having a diet with meat in it. You can't just pick, I don't know, like if you just eat bacon every day, right? That's not going to be the same as eating like lean chicken, and I think it's the same. But all I'll say is, I mean, like, I don't know. It's funny how we kind of got into this talk, but it's interesting. I would say check out that documentary, and then I would love to hear what you think later in a future show, if you ever get a chance to watch it, Cowboy G. Because watching that, I didn't know most of it, and it was just interesting. It was interesting to see. And I don't want to tell
Cowboy
anybody.
G, to go to your like, yeah, like I don't want to like push that lifestyle onto somebody that's not ready for it, or to say like like vegan is the answer to everything. It's not. However, it is healthier than eating a meat-based diet. You know what I'm saying? It is healthier, but you can have a good mix of both. If you're not ready to commit to like being a full-on vegan, then what you can do is start with just cutting one meat item out a week.
Makes sense.
Like, you don't have to. But it is something
it's a thing you can do. Yeah. Yep. Cowboy. Oh, so the show. It's a documentary on Netflix called. I think it's either called Game Changers or The Game Changers. But it covers a whole bunch of basically elite athletes. Yeah, it talks about a bunch of elite athletes and celebrities who have all gone vegetarian or vegan. So there are a whole bunch of NFL players. There are a lot of military type people who do physical work. Yeah. There are celebrities, and one of them is the world's strongest man, who's got the Guinness World Records for the most lifting. He is a vegan. So it was interesting. It's called Game Changers. I think check it out, and just because I am curious, like what I would love is to speak to somebody who's seen the documentary and totally disagrees with all of it. I'd be interested to like see why. You know what I mean? Because I actually would love to debate or at least have a real conversation about it. Because I mean, I said it's one documentary I've seen, but it was interesting to me. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, the main thing about it is that a lot of people might get that idea that it's the answer to everything, but it's not. I ain't gonna lie, it's not the answer to everything. Because you can still be a vegan and live unhealthy. You can still be a vegan and just eating like cake, Yeah. You could still be
of course.
Just like, just eating like all kind of like junk food and still be unhealthy. But it's the type of food that you're eating. It's the type of workouts that you're doing, and it's the kind of lifestyle that you're living that will make you healthy.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So even our Cowboy G, humans adapted to meat over thousands of years. It's like taking meat from a dog or bear. It's interesting because what you're saying there, Cowboy G, is like a lot of this stuff is talked about in that documentary, because they even talk about how dogs or bears, right? They have evolved, and that's why their teeth are very different from the type of teeth we have. They have evolved to have an exclusively meat diet, but they mention in the documentary that like we are actually more evolved. We can eat meat. We can, except for example, our eyes are evolved to see colors exclusively, so that we can find ripe fruit and all that stuff. Anyway, it's interesting. It's interesting to watch the documentary. He's saying what lift. The guy had the record for like I can't remember what it is, but he lifts it on his shoulders and he had to walk however many feet, I think. And he's done that. It's basically the heaviest lift in the world. He's got a Guinness record for it. So it was interesting. Powerlifting or something. Yeah. So there you go.
So that's that. Cowboy. I don't remember your username.
Cowboy G.
Watch
Cowboy G. Yeah, watch it.
Just watch the documentary, and all your answers will be given there. We didn't have Buffboy here to talk about veganism, so we're gonna move on from that topic.
Yeah, true. In fact, should we get the ads out of the way? Maybe we should get the ads out of the way. It's been about a half hour. Okay, let's do the quick ad break. We'll do the ad break, and then we're gonna come back and talk about
some workouts.
Yeah, do some stuff we can do. Okay.
Okay,
So today's episode of The Sit Down, which I must say has been very, very entertaining so far. But it was brought to you by some very, very important people, and they're, of course, fantastic advertisers. Hey, Regine.
Yes, Scott.
Do you want to find out what your home is really worth?
Maybe.
Are you buying or selling a home?
Does it come with a gym?
It just might. It just might. I'm sure she could find you one because Jennifer C., ladies and gentlemen, is here to help. Call or text Jennifer today at 647-403-8887. Don't deal with just anyone. Speak to a professional. Jennifer C. at Home Life Culture Link. To see her current listings, visit homelifeculturelink.com. And the Mortgage Godfather is here to give you advice with any mortgage needs you may have, and he will shop to find you the best mortgage. Nino Saimeka, mortgage agent. He'll give you an offer you can't refuse. I'll give you an offer you can't refuse, Regine. So find out more at mortgagegodfather.ca or call 905-604-6955. And it was brought to you by Jewelry Forever. Conveniently located at CF Markville Shopping Center on 5000 Highway 7 East Markham, they do custom-made jewelry, repairs, and they change watch batteries, all done on site. They've got an amazing selection of items. You'll be sure to find something special for the special person in your life. And we have a very special deal with them, don't we, Regine?
Yes, we do, Scott. If you tell them that Scott and Regine sent you, you will get 15% off your entire purchase.
Incredible.
15, yes.
That's right. Go on into the store there. Well, I think they're probably not open right now, but you can go to jewelryforever.ca to find out more. There's Regine right there. But yeah, when all of this is finished up, jewelryforever.ca, get some information, and when you go to the checkout the great store, visit Jerry there. Let them know Scott and Regine sent you, and you will get 15% off your purchase. That's correct. Thank you, Jewelry Forever. And of course, if you would like to advertise on the show, it's very easy, right, Regine?
It's simple. All you have to do is email us at radioshowad, that's radioshowad@gmail.com.
That's right. Get in touch with us, and we'll set you up with a fantastic advertising plan. We do the show live. We read the ads live, which means we can make them customized week to week. So if you have an event or a sale any particular weekend or any week, you can let us know, and we can let people know in real time what's going on. It's good stuff. Radio Show Ad, radioshowad@gmail.com. There you go.
Wow.
And we're back. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back from the break. Mitch Gab Solmore says, "Hello, Buffboy." Hello.
Hello.
And then Venom7456 says, "Welcome, Mishgab." Hello. Well, yes, thank you for welcoming people, Venom. Welcome, everybody. We are here with Wayne Buffboy Williams. And right off the top, Mishgab Solmore has a question for you, Wayne.
Well, there you
go. He says,
Hi.
Question: how often should you go running?
I like that question, actually. Thank you for asking.
Me too.
I would say at least 3 times a week. Now, depending on your restrictions and your quarantine, I would say be careful not to go running in parks at this time.
Or into people.
Yep.
Or into people. Just pretend like everybody has cooties and stay away. But yes, 3 times a week.
How long should you run for?
Depends on your activity level. Now, if you're pretty fit, you can do 30 to 40 minutes. If you're 20 to 25 minutes. And if you're not fit at all, start by walking. Yeah.
It's good to just start moving, right? To get moving around.
Yeah, because anybody that is like even just walking for a long distance, they're beating anybody that's sitting on their couch.
Yep.
That's true.
Right?
Makes sense. Yeah, I've been going for a walk every day almost. Although I should get back into jogging again, because like I was jogging almost not every day, but almost every day on the treadmill.
Yeah.
And then the gym's closed, and so I haven't really transitioned to like, running outside. But I guess I see a lot of people when I'm walking. A lot of people are jogging still. You just avoid everybody. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's true.
So-
I was in downtown yesterday, and I seen like a lot of people still jogging. So it's still possible.
Mm-hmm. You just keep your distance, and you can definitely do it. And so there you go. So three times a week there, Mishgab. That was his.
So now that you're at home and you're working out with your clients via video, for instance, I used to work out in a gym, but now that I'm working out at home, I have no equipment. What can I do to substitute that?
Well, funny you should ask, but right now, you know that I'm not doing any plug for Dollarama, but you can hit up Dollarama.
We always plug in Dollarama, don't worry.
Dollarama, man, my place. It's actually still open, believe it or not. And at Dollarama, you can pick up resistance bands like these right here for $3. And these provide resistance, or you can do like anything. You can work your biceps. You can do chest. You can do like anything with these things, and it's only $3. Believe it or not. And they have different resistance levels. Like they have the black right here. They have the blue. Right. So these are different resistance levels for your, for your upper body stuff. Right. You can always hook it onto the bottom of your couch as well. And you can work the back of your legs, you can work the side of your leg, because this loop goes around your ankle, right? So you can just clean up, right? And then you can work like your legs. And then speaking of what legs, you got this thing right here.
My favorite.
I call them, what do we call them? Booty bands, right? Right?
Yeah.
So we have different resistance levels as well. $3, folks.
These are also those are also Dollarama.
Also Dollarama, right?
Wow.
You just put them on with your legs. You can work that booty. You can do squats with them. You can do adductors, which are like side kicks, and it really shapes the bum and makes it more stronger in your legs as well.
What if you snap them? Can you fix them?
Nope. If they're snapped, what you can do is you can turn them into one of these. You can turn them into a band. So you can put like one foot on the floor. See there, and you can just start to work with this. So once you're doing this, right? This is what you call lateral raises, and this is working shoulder, right? So if you would like to, you can lift this one 10 times and then switch it up. Put this side on the floor. Work this side 10 times, and you can do 3 sets. So you do 10, 10, that's 1. 10, 10, 2, 10, 10, 3. Then you take a rest. And once you do that, you're going to, over time, find that your shoulders are going to get more developed, right? And more toned up, right? So do that. You could also put this on the floor, put the center part, start to work your biceps. 3 sets of 10 again. 10, rest. 10, rest. 10, rest. And as you're doing it, you make sure that you go slow. You don't go fast. Slow and intentional. And as you do that, all right. And as if you do that over time, you'll find that you'll maintain and probably even improve your physical condition. So you don't really need the gym per se, because you can always do other things. But since we're in this pandemic, you might as well make the most out of it.
Exactly.
By doing that.
Makes sense.
And then another thing I found at Dollarama too is this thing. It's called a roller. You can roll out any achy muscles. Yeah, $3 as well.
I love the color.
Jeez.
Right, and it's. I only seen it in pink, so I got the pink. It's ribbed and studded. But
How do you use
yeah,
one of
so
those?
well, you put them on the floor. Let's see if I got any floor space.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. You just move a little. I don't know if you guys can see me, but what I do is this. I have a mat right here. So in total, I spent like $12. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you do put it on your back, roll up and go down. This is what I do.
Ah, okay.
And it's very relaxing.
It's like a home massage.
Right?
Yeah. So, and that's to help with recovery. You use that after your workout?
Save yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that after the workout. And it helps to realign your spine as well. So you save yourself a trip to the chiropractor by getting.
Yeah.
And it's only
Cool.
$3.
And
$3.
only
Awesome.
$3. Yep.
Cowboy G is talking about Patrick Baboumin is the winner of Germany's Strongman 1 year only. He's saying, look at the Arnold Strongman Classic. Interesting. Is the Arnold Strongman Classic based from Arnold Schwarzenegger? Did he create that? I think he might have. The Arnold
so.
Strongman. Well,
That's
anyway,
different.
Cowboy G, all I could say is watch the documentary, because Arnold Schwarzenegger is actually in the documentary, and he talks about how he's switched to vegetarianism as well. I know you're saying, sorry to tell you this, you'll never see a vegan weight 420 pounds of muscle. I think you will.
Watch the documentary. There you
Yeah.
go. That's all we're going to say. Just watch the documentary after you watch the
Guys,
sit down.
fucking a lot of snacks, man.
I know. Just watch a documentary and then come back to the group chat when you're done.
Well, but no, it's. I'm glad he's weighing in, because what he's talking about is like, what he's saying is what everybody kind of is. The common knowledge is that if you want to build muscle and you want to gain all that stuff in health and everything, you need to eat meat to do it. That is the common. I think that's what most people, I would argue, believe right now.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of only recently that we're starting to see that that's not really necessarily the case.
Yeah, it's
So.
been debunked already.
Yep.
Because if that was the case, then I wouldn't be doing it either, you know? So I see where he's coming from. Like,
Yep.
Because a lot of people think that. But the research shows otherwise. So just watch the documentary, it'll be alright, bro. Or a girl.
There you go.
I don't know.
That is just one event out of thousands. Yeah, I agree. It's just one event, but like I said, honestly, Cowboy G, best thing you can do: watch Game Changers, and then once you've watched it, we do this show every Sunday. I would love to have you come on and tell me stuff you saw, because I would like to hear somebody who's seen the documentary who disagrees with it despite seeing it, and like tell me why, because I would like to see that. I would be interested in that, because we're all just out there looking for answers. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
For answers. Isaiah Reyes asked if I'm playing Brawlhalla today. No, Isaiah, Brawlhalla tomorrow. Brawlhalla stream tomorrow. Yeah.
So you got a following there, Scott.
Yeah, Isaiah's been coming into the gaming streams and gaming quite often. It's pretty fun. It's pretty awesome. So, yeah, it's the other thing, because of all the quarantine stuff, I've been playing a lot more video games than I used to, and I started doing live streams of it, and it's been fun. I found a whole different audience of people who have been coming in, and we've been having a really good time playing games every night. So it's pretty awesome.
Wayne, I have a question for you. While Scott and all the people that are following him are playing video games, what can they do to stay active while the
they have now video games that can incorporate some physical activity. But if you don't have that, even if you're on the couch, check this out. So, if you're on the couch, what you can do is you can work your triceps at the same time.
You're gonna say that, okay?
Yeah, but just by doing this, check, because she knows what's up. So, count 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. See, that right there was just 10 tricep dips. And that only took like 10 seconds or so, right? Now, say if you did that and you find that it was too easy, then increase the amount that you're doing. Double it. 20, even 30. By the time you're done, you're going to feel like you've actually worked out on your arms while you're playing your video games. You can even just pause it. Boom. 10, go back to play. Pause. 10, go back to play. Right? Yeah. So you can incorporate, and that way you don't lose your space in the game, and you get in shape at the same time. 2 for 2. Boom.
Yep. Like especially if you're playing like a multiplayer games, you have multiple games. You could almost like in between. You know, there's like that part where you're kind of maybe in the lobby waiting for the game to start, or any of those moments.
You lost.
Yeah, you can take that moment to. Yeah, exactly. Do the tricep. Oh, Isaiah Reyes says I do that sometimes. There you go, Isaiah. That's good.
Or you can do a wall sit while you're playing, or you're waiting, or whatever. I hate wall sits.
Yeah, you could also do a wall sit. So that way your legs and your core get a workout as opposed to just your thumbs. So that would be
sumo squat.
Sumo squats too. Sumo squat is like a squat, but like you open it up and you can have the remote in your hand.
There you go.
No seat. Boom.
Yep.
Boom. And then go sit down. Right?
There you go, Scott. Move your chair. You don't need a chair, Scott.
Yeah, that's true. Because when I've been doing these streams, sometimes it's like 4 hours sitting here. So it would be good to like, well, it's especially good to if you're sitting for that long to get up and move around a little bit at the very least as well, right? So that's good.
Yeah, and you'll find that doing physical exercise will actually help your gaming experience. It's been proven because there's more blood flow going to the brain, which helps your reaction. Think about that.
That's so true.
So pay attention, gamers. Healthy body gives you a healthy mind, which helps you healthy gaming, better gaming.
There you go.
Makes sense.
I know that there's like a big movement towards like gaming. They have like teams now. They have like merch. They have sponsors.
Oh yeah.
And these people actually live in like mansions and stuff that are paid for by sponsorship money. That these guys actually have to do training on the games and physical training as well.
Makes sense.
But then they also have like, chefs and personal trainers and stuff. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I guess a big takeaway that you did mention right off the top was that like, if you do one of the best things you can do and most important things you can do in terms of getting yourself healthy and from working out and everything is also really getting your diet right? Like that was a huge part of it, especially when we're all at home all this time.
Absolutely. Now, because I'm a vegan, I don't want to say that you have to be a vegan in order to be healthy, but you can have a healthy mix of foods, veggies, beans, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and a lot of different things, and just kind of not buy the junk food. If you don't buy the junk food, then you're not as likely to, be overindulging in it at home. So you bought like, nuts, for example, and you're snacking on that, you're eating healthier foods. But if you bought a whole, like Halloween candies and like, Snickers and all that stuff, and you're snacking on that, that's what you're going to be eating. You feel me?
Yep.
So you just have to make the conscious decision to buy healthier foods as snacks, so that when it's snack time, you're not even thinking about it. You're eating healthy. You're grabbing like grapes or grabbing an apple. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to grabbing a bag of chips. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I find I find I've had to do that as well because when there are snacks here, like at my condo, I they don't last long, right? So what I find now is like not having it. It's that I'll be watching TV or something, and then I'll walk over. I'm like, I feel like a snack, and then I'll open the cupboard, and there's like nothing snacky there. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I guess I'll eat. I'll grab baby carrots because that's all there is. So
there you go.
So yeah.
Celery and peanut butter.
Yeah. Oh, Mishgab Solmar says also don't forget to drink lots of water. That's another thing he mentions.
Hey, that's my girl. Thank you. number one thing is water. Water. You gotta have a bottle of water. That is like key. It's clutch. How could I forget that? How could I forget that? That's like my number one thing that I always tell people. It's just to drink a lot more water. It helps with your digestion. It helps keep your skin moist. It helps like keep your brain moving. Like everything.
Scott, you're drinking a lot of water over there.
Yeah. There you go. Cheers, buddy. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Oh my God,
cheers,
my
cheers,
water
cheers.
bottle. My water bottle looks like your muscle thingy, your roller.
Yeah. Yeah, Regine, your cup doubles as a roller. Yeah, definitely.
There you go. I got my
little spikes on it, everything.
There you go. Twitting.
There you go.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, man.
You know, I was drinking a lot of water just because I'm trying to get over. Well, I'm just trying to get over last night from the whiskey I drank, and I really wasn't feeling that good. So.
Heyo.
Bottoms up. Mouth that were like yelling in your ear.
Right?
No,
sorry, bro.
It's good. I've got the volume set at a nice volume.
What? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention. It's I don't know. I don't really have a way to transition into it, but it was just something I read that was cool. Doing with all the stuff we've been dealing with, is in Japan, there was a graduation ceremony, and obviously people couldn't attend because everybody's social distancing and stuff. So what they did was they were able to virtually graduate thanks to iPads connected to robots.
Oh.
Yeah, so they weren't. Yeah, it was at the. Let me see.
That's amazing.
Yeah, these are students at the Business Breakthrough University, or BBT. So what they did was they had these. They're called NUME robots, NEWME robots, also known as avatar robots, and then graduates were able to use iPads to virtually graduate and walk across the stage to receive their diplomas. And now you guys won't be able to see this, but the people watching at home will be able to. And in fact, if you guys have the show open, you can see. But here it is. So they're like literally robots with an iPad mounted where the face would be, and then the person, they put the diploma on it, and then the robot rolls up, and they get to do their graduation ceremony. Yeah, each student had their own tablet attached to one of the robots and used Zoom to remotely participate in the ceremony via conference call, which took place at Hotel Grand Palace on March 28th, Business Insider. So the robots were actually dressed in the classic gown and cap, and they all did like a robotic virtual graduation ceremony. So
see it. That's okay. First off, I just saw what it looked like on the screen, and one, it's a little creepy, but I think robots are creepy, but I think it's a good idea in a sense that, yes, unfortunately, the senior graduating class, college, universities, they're not getting to walk across the stage. Yep. So I guess it gives them that. Like, I know, for instance, my brother, he's a senior in high school, is unfortunately not going to be able to graduate and have a graduation ceremony.
Yep.
So I guess it kind of, like, would they do that for prom? I
mean, I guess. I mean, basically at this time, it's just better to try to minimize the number of social gatherings we'll all be attending. So, but anyway, I saw that story. It was just really cool to see. Venom7456 asks, how much water should you drink a day?
Between 2 and 3 liters.
There you go. Venom7456, between 2 and 3 liters of water. So you should basically kind of just have one with you almost all the time, right? Just make that your main beverage of choice, I guess, if you can.
Yeah. Like, if you're really active, I would say 3. But if you're just like passively just at home chilling, about 2. 2 would be a good start.
Cool.
Warning, you'll be peeing a lot though.
But that's good, isn't it?
Yeah. But that's a good thing.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And plus you're at home, so it's all good.
That's the thing, yeah. And we've all got tons and tons of toilet paper.
Ayo, I love that.
Mitch Gab Solmar says it's good to add stuff to your water, or she's asking, e.g., ginger, lemon, and more. Is it good to add stuff to your water?
It's good to add. I'd say lemon, yes. If you don't like the taste of water, because some people don't, you can add fruits to it as well, like strawberries, like grapes, but even berries you can add to the water just to infuse the water, the taste. But if you're, it depends on what your main purpose for drinking the water is. Now, if you're looking to like lose weight, then you can add cucumber or lemon to your water.
I just like lemon because I don't like water.
Yeah, I know. The taste.
Just to give it a bit
the
of
funny
flavor.
thing is that water doesn't taste like anything. That's a funny thing. But like to give it some flavor, then yeah. If you're used to drinking juice like your whole life, then yeah, it's gonna be a weird transition. But yeah.
I have a question, Wayne. So I know we were talking about apps that Scott was talking about earlier. So there's this new app. It's called Noom. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's like a weight.
Yes.
It's meant to help you with weight loss, but it's more of the psychology behind why you do what you do.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? Because I was really interested in it.
Noom is really good to get started. It's a motivational app, I find, and it's the thing that, like when you're starting to work out, it has to start in your mind first, because you can't like just jump into like workouts and like all of a sudden you're a workout head. It takes time, right? So Noom helps to facilitate that and to get you into the right mindset in order to be successful in it.
Got it. I was just curious.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. It's a good mental tool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. KPEPMNM says, we love you on your channel. Thank you. Thank you, KPEPNM or KPEPNM on DLive. Thank you very much. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you very much.
Yeah, this is a cool. Honestly, it is. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty fun. And Cowboy G is talking about, he's Patrick Babuiman, heaviest yoke walk ever. You lift 1 inch and walk. 1, 2, 2, 3. Was that the guy in I can't remember who the guy was that was in Game Changers. I can't remember, but it might have been that guy. World record raw deadlift. That is off the ground and up. Eddie Hall, heaviest deadlift ever on record at 1,102 pounds. World record successfully 1,041 pounds at the Arnold Strongman Classic. Yeah, I mean, I don't know which one of those guys or if any of them are vegan or vegetarian. But I guess the only point that the documentary was making is, again, because most people believe that in order to, be a weightlifter or be, a successful athlete, you need to eat meat to do it. And I think the whole point that the documentary was trying to show was that was just, it's not necessarily the case. And I think the fact that most people are still meat eaters is just because I think most people are still meat eaters. But I predict over the next decade or so, we're going to see a lot more things change. Because it was interesting seeing that documentary. There was the NFL players who found that when they switched to the non-meat diet, they were able to recover faster. And because they were able to recover faster, they were able to, train harder, right? So there were just interesting things. Yeah. All I'll say is... Yeah. Oh, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, it was just I think that it's one of those things where if you're, back in the 50s, everybody was smoking too, but then after time, people found that smoking wasn't really good for them. So now I use that analogy to say this is that you could still be a meat eater, of course, but as you find now, more people are finding out that being a plant-based having a plant-based diet is a lot more healthier for you than, eating red meat. That you can't dispute that fact at all. The Canada Food Guide will tell you that. You know what I'm saying?
So all I can say, best thing I could say at this point, Cowboy G, watch Game Changers and see what they say, and then I'm not trying to even convert anybody, but I'm saying is all I'll say is I watched that documentary and it raised a whole bunch of questions that I had no idea about before, so it was just interesting to me, and to to see that. And I was also surprised because I didn't realize how many people had already shifted to that diet and how many elite athletes already were. It was just interesting to see. So all I can say is check it out and let me know. If I can and I will. Yeah. So but yeah, check out the documentary for sure. and yeah.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to hit me up, hit up buffboy.ca. And we can get our online training, or even follow me on Instagram _buffboyfitness. Then just send me a DM and I'll get you set up.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Wayne, quick question. For instance, myself, I don't have equipment at home. Can I or somebody else that doesn't have equipment at home still do workouts with you virtually?
Absolutely. I do a blend of, weight training, with resistance bands and without. The training without is called calisthenics, which is using your own body weight to achieve your fitness results and to get to a better body. You don't really need weights. It helps, but you don't absolutely need them.
Got it.
Cool.
I saw this girl, one of my friends, she does home workouts at home. Like, she works at Good Life. So now that she's not at work, she's actually using bags of rice, and she does videos on like what to do with bags of rice and different oil containers of oil and all the things that are at home. So I think it's really cool.
You could always find different ways of working out with different things, even with a water bottle. If you take both of these, put it on a broomstick, then boom, you got your squat rack right there, So
but then there's always a What do you do that?
Yeah, you can do so many things. so many. Always
there are lots of heavy things in all of our houses that you can pick up and put down again. Yeah, that's right.
People are already carrying their phones around everywhere. Just add extra weight to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, tape a couple weights onto your phone. You'll lift that all day long.
Yeah, if you got kids, pick them up.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. How have you found? So I know you said off the top how before most of your training was done in person. So how has the adjustment for you been going from, like you said, you're used to being able to interact with the person one-on-one to switching to now you're obviously over distance. So what sort of adjustments have you found you've had to make?
The main adjustment is to just not the whole social distancing thing. It's very strange. It's very weird for me, but I'm getting used to it now. But yeah, it's very, 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 very different for me. But just interacting like this, even the fact that you're doing the sit down show, and Regine's in another place, and
we're all in 3 different locations.
So it's kind of like the same thing, just no sweat and grunting.
Yeah.
Same thing.
But that's cool, and it's cool that you've actually found a lot more clients now. I guess because you are working out over distance, so that's good.
Yeah,
people are wanting to stay fit. Yeah,
internet is a wonderful thing.
It is.
Yeah. I mean,
because I know a lot of friends that have lost jobs right now. Some clientele that have lost their jobs. So I'm just fortunate enough to be able to still be working at home and training people, then go upstairs and eat my dinner. It's pretty cool,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. But a lot of people can't do this, so I'm just really grateful. Yeah,
it's the thing. It really depends. We're really seeing which jobs. Luckily, the people who are able to work are able to work from home. They've been able to make the adjustment. But yeah, there are people who for sure whose jobs either require them to have to travel to places or work in certain locations that are definitely having a hard time. But for working online, it's most of my work, for example, is at home anyway. I do a lot of video editing and stuff. So it's not been a huge change for me. Just I haven't been able to go to any obviously acting auditions, so that's really shut down things. But I'm still able to work on the computer, which is good. But yeah, it's just
And
depends on the type of
I'm
work you're
an
in.
event planner, so
Put
I
it out
have
there. I
no
like
job.
yourself.
Thank
And
you.
sorry.
I said I'm an event planner, so if there's no people gathering, there's no events happening. So
Yeah, that's the
luckily,
thing. Yeah.
I have the pageant, so that's okay.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True. Nice.
Abby Ayola, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Hello, hello. She says hello.
That's
We're
my
doing
wife.
oh, hello. Well, thank you for tuning in.
She's probably
I
upstairs.
mean, if you guys want to see what a true vegan looks like and look hella bomb, you guys should wait till we get Abby on the show. Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, I know. Hey, man. Like, you know, I'm all right. I'm okay. But Abby,
Is like she just had a baby. Okay.
bruh, let me show you. Like, it's on the front page of the newspaper, dude. I'm telling you, I'm very proud of her.
Awesome.
Yeah. So she's a vegan as well, and she's hella bomb, if that's a word. Hella bomb.
It is now. I just made it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Shout out to Abby.
Hi, Abby.
I'm coming upstairs.
Hello.
So just,
Is this her way of being like, wait, hurry up?
right? No, man, we ain't social distancing over here, man. Just you feel me? Oh, man.
Yeah, as long as everybody, you social distance from everyone else but the people in your household. That's kind of like your inner circle. Right? That's how it works.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And she was the sunshine girl just the other day too. That was
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
Awesome. Cool.
yeah.
I want to get Abby on stage. Abby, come do a
Yeah.
pageant.
Yeah, dude. Like I've been telling her, but you know, I think she's shy.
Abby's on here, right? Abby, you want a crowd?
Deserves it, man. We know.
I'll get her on
Love it.
stage. Watch.
Cowboy G says Patrick Babuiman deadlift record 793 pounds. I'm not sure if he was still eating meat at that time. I think he stopped in 2006. I'm not sure. I don't actually know. But definitely watch the documentary because I am curious to hear what you think.
That's all we've been saying. Just watch the documentary.
You only
Well, no,
said it 10 times.
Yeah, well, it's because like I don't really have any answers or anything in front of me. But I will just say that the documentary definitely made me ask some questions, and just think about stuff that I'd never really thought about before. It was pretty cool.
An eye opener.
Yeah, and I mean, and if I'm being honest for myself, like I was already kind of on my way to not eating meat. I was already eating not that much of it to begin with.
Yeah.
Just cuz, and I think watching the documentary was kind of just the final little push where I'm like, yeah, I could probably, this is probably something I could do and it wouldn't be a huge difference for me anyway, because I eat a lot of, I already eat a lot of beans and lentils and chickpeas and a lot of that stuff already. So it wasn't a huge leap for me. I mean, I think it's harder if their regular diet is a lot of meat already. It's obviously difficult to make a big change. For me, it wasn't a huge deal. And I mean, whatever. It's not a big deal for me what people choose to eat or not. But for me, I found it's a pretty easy transition. And and also now just talking to you, Wayne, and finding out that you're a vegan as well. That's kind of another being like, okay, I think maybe this is something that I should be thinking about.
Buffboy Jr.
Yes,
Exactly.
Buffboy Jr., man. Oh,
Exactly.
man.
So,
Thank
but you
again.
can see how. Oh yes, sir. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying thank you again, Cowboy G.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, no, because we're really seeing how it's I mean, we're seeing how much of almost a debate that's happening in the chat about it, just because it is a very it is something that people take seriously, or that it's questioning things that we have never really had to think about for a long time. So it's definitely striking a nerve with certain people, which is interesting. So it's cool.
Yeah, this quarantine has hit people hard, man. Like have a lot more time to dive into things. Like
Yep.
I'm into video games now, so it's pretty cool.
Whoa, you're back to video
Right?
gaming.
You know, I'm into video games, man. You know, thanks to Scott there.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna start diving into your videos, Scott. Watch out.
Yeah, come on in.
More time to like do other things and to research and to like watch Game Changers and to do things like that. So, yeah, if he checks out the show or if he checks out the movie or the documentary, then then he'll have like a good input to say whether it's for you or not.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, it's definitely
Take
worth
your
watching just to see. Yeah, right. Exactly. Mike Brown in the chat. That's my dad. He goes, "We just ate chicken for lunch, Scott. Was yummy." Well, there you go.
Happy Easter, Mr. Brown.
Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Yeah. But in fact, I was trying to tell him, Dad, you should watch Game Changers and tell me what you think. I want your opinion as well. Watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how this became a big thing talking about Game Changers, but I still, whatever, we're talking about it now. It's interesting. It's an interesting documentary. It's worth watching.
I blame.
Yeah.
Well, this was a pretty good episode. What do you think, Regine?
It was. I was
quite
hyped up for this whole week. Once we figured out that Wayna's coming, I'm like, yes, let's do this. I was supposed to wear my Buffboy gear, but it's Easter, so gotta look the part.
Yeah. But it was.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Happy Easter.
This was our.
Wait,
Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Regine. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Wayne, are you still selling your Buffboy merchandise?
Yeah, I'm selling it on a reduced scale. I do sell some, but I'm not going with a full-fledged like campaign right now because I'm devoting a lot of time to the Niger Wives of Toronto. So yeah, so it's kind of like divested, but yeah, you can still get like Buffboy merch. Hit me up. Buffboy Fitness Buffboy.ca, or just message me on Instagram. It's probably easier at _ Buffboy Fitness. Thanks.
Cool. Yeah, we've got your Instagram. I believe it's in the description on YouTube, and I've also got it displayed right underneath right on your camera there, so people can see your Instagram right there. So check them out there.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, is there anything else you wanted people to know about, or want to let people know before we? Oh, sorry. Yeah, was there anything else you wanted to let people know about?
Yeah. Man, I got so much going on right now. But yeah, you can probably look out for me at the Black Business Summit. I'm going to be the health and nutrition and I guess the fitness representative there. What else? Man, I got nominated for a Genius Award, which is pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a fifth Genius thing. I didn't know that was an actual thing, but got the email for that. And just look out for the Niger Wives of Toronto, man. They're about to take over, homie.
What is that? You keep mentioning it. What is it?
It's a reality show brought to you by Abby and her housewives ladies. So it's like a reality show on YouTube, and it follows the lives of 5 Nigerian ladies and how they interact in a Canadian kind of culture.
Cool.
And it gives a cameo, yours truly, right here too. So.
Oh, nice. Featuring Buffboy himself.
I had to plug that in.
No worries.
Cool, and that's on YouTube? People can check it out?
Yeah, and that's on YouTube, and Niger Wives of Toronto. Follow it on YouTube, and you'll see my beautiful wife in there and all of her friends and stuff.
That's exciting.
Very cool.
I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah.
Awesome. So check it out. What was it called? Niger Wives?
Yeah, Niger Wives. Naija.
There you go. Naija Wives. Yeah. People can see it there.
There you go.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I could probably check that out. But
Awesome. You can find that on YouTube.
I know it has nothing to do with fitness, but yeah, and you can always like follow me too, Buffboy. Google me, you'll find me.
Cool. Look up at buffboy.ca and on Instagram _buffboyfitness, right? Yeah.
Yeah. If you look on my Instagram, you'll see a lot of pictures of the beautiful Regine Alaina. Yes. So she was a client of mine and a good friend, and she's a pleasure to work with. She's funny. She's cool. Good looking. She's ambitious.
Just kidding.
She worked with Operation Smile, Miss Galaxy, like Miss Universe, like all that stuff into one person. That's her right there.
Aww.
So
There you go.
This is why I wanted you on the show.
And she didn't pay me to say that at all. So,
I had no money to pay him.
right? Oh man, COVID.
Awesome.
Sorry.
Well, all right. Well, so everybody check out Buffboy Williams, Wayne Buffboy Williams, and buffboy.ca and _Buffboy Fitness on Instagram. Regine, where can people find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at It's Regine Alaina. And yes, we talked about it last week. A YouTube channel is coming together, so stay tuned for that.
Yes.
I may be launching it on my birthday weekend, so I want you guys to keep me accountable. My birthday's at the end of April. Promise it will be out soon. And if you want to follow my pageant journey, which you really should, follow my Instagram at Ms. MS Galaxy Canada. You can find me on Instagram and on Facebook. Where can they find
Awesome.
you, Scott?
Well, you can find me right here where you're watching this show, right here on youtube.com/Scott Dion Brown, or search Scott Dion Brown on Twitch and DLive, either one. And also, if you want to find me on Instagram and Twitter as well, you can find me right here. Oh, there it is. There. Scott Dion Brown. But the best place to find me is definitely YouTube. That's where we do a lot of, that's where I post videos, and also where I do a lot of gaming every single weeknight, pretty much, Monday to Friday lately. So it's been pretty fun. And yeah,
Nice.
this was a fun episode, guys.
Buzz.
Yeah, buddy.
Wayne, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Salute. I appreciate you guys so much.
Yeah,
Thank
great.
you.
Come. It's nice to see you again. It's been so long.
I know it has been, but we will get reacquainted soon as this thing is over.
Yes, for sure.
Yes, for sure. All right, and Cowboy G says, take care, guys, and thank you, Scott Dion Brown. Yeah, Cowboy G, thank you so much. We really appreciate you coming into the show and participating in the chat, and yeah, just having a good talk. I really enjoyed it. I liked, and everybody who came in, asked questions and comments and all that stuff. We really appreciate you guys coming in. So thank you all so much.
Yes, and happy Easter again to those who are celebrating Easter. Happy Easter, happy Passover. I know that's just around the corner if it isn't already here. Happy isolation.
Happy isolation. There you go. Venom7456, is it ending? Yeah, I think we're wrapping up the show for today. And thank you so much. Tomorrow night, Monday, I'm going to have a Brawlhalla live stream, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to come in, if we get enough people in, we'll do another Brawlhalla battle tournament. And we'll get that rolling. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. So guys, Wayne, thank you so much again for coming by. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm going to get fit now because of him. I'm inspired.
Yep.
Thank you. You guys are the best, man.
We try.
All right.
Sit down show. Yeah.
That's right. Thank you guys so much. And everybody, all of you tuned in, thank you so much. You could have watched anywhere you wanted, but unfortunately, I mean, wait a minute. You could have gone anywhere, but you're here. Thank you all so very much. Alrighty. Bye, everybody. Bye.